Okay, go ahead.
All right. And we're live.
Yeah, now
That's
we're
how
live.
that works. How you doing, everybody? Welcome to part 3 of the Tech Guy Quarantine Show, episode 3.
Or episode 1 for those of you just hearing about it, because we're still working out kinks and beta and trying to figure out the right way.
Still putting things together. So, what's going on, everybody? What's up, Rod? How you doing, bro?
What's up? I'm good. I literally just ate. I'm done with work.
Me too.
Knocked out one of those reviews. I got a lot more to do, and yeah, feeling good about the week. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing great also. And I know you're always working, bro. I know you're always broken. So I just always appreciate just any time that we can put together and we can do this. Make sure you guys always take a look at that site too, man, because the latest reviews are up for everything.
We can get our hands on.
Yeah, everything we get our hands on. Current media.
You try to dress it up like something else now. No, we don't have everything. We get what we can, and we work. We take it from there. Try to give perspective.
Honest perspective too. Honest, reasonable perspective. That's the whole reason why TGSB exists, Tech Guy Smart Bar exists. All right, guys. So tonight's show, we actually doing this whole quarantine.
What are we talking about?
Well, you know what? This would be a great opportunity to go back and talk about what we discussed on our previous episode with the Google and iOS tracing.
Contact tracing. Yes.
Contact tracing. Yeah, that was definitely a huge topic of discussion in the media and the news in general. And I'm hoping that you guys heard it from us first. I'm sure you didn't, but
yeah, it might be their first time hearing it. So hey,
you're right. And from an honest perspective, that face. All right, so since last week's conversation, we actually have seen that there's been a little bit more talk about it. Obviously, Google iOS, they're talking about it in the backgrounds, and they've actually updated a little bit of information in regards to it. They technically have discussed that they do not plan on making this an indefinite contact tracing. Actually, they even changed the name of it, and it's not going to be considered contact tracing. How is it being referred to, Rod? I believe that the contact tracing is now called, because it's not contact tracing. I want to find the right words. I don't want to misspeak because we get a lot of our. No. I have it right here because a lot of people are actually saying things that they don't mean.
Exposure notification system.
Exposure notification system. Listen. They dress it up how they need to dress it up.
They just found two synonyms and rocked it. They flipped it. They trying to be cute.
But their main thing is though, their main thing with changing the name is to let you know that this is only temporary. This is only notification to let you know. Listen, that's what they're saying.
Well, my face is like that because we don't know where the actual end of COVID-19 will be, if there will be. True. So if I'm gonna spitball this wild scenario. So say, God forbid, that everybody gets cool, we start going back out. Maybe a few years from now, we got the new and improved version of it now. Now nobody goes outside. It's the same thing, so it don't stop.
Hold up, wait a second. So now let's go realistic, because we know that this all happens in waves. It happens in waves.
That wasn't
no. That was realistic. The only reason I'm saying is because for anyone that listen, there's movies out here that talk about all this stuff, and there's always waves. There's always waves of how this happens. So let's say that this wave 1 passes through by spitball October 2020, right?
Yeah.
Just in time for my anniversary. Baby, we going out somewhere. I don't know where. It might be to the backyard. I don't know. But
small bourbon chicken sound real good, but real far right now.
Right, exactly. So it may actually happen in October 2020, and then wave number 2 comes in. And when wave number 2 comes in, who knows what that's going to bring? That could potentially bring quite a few interesting factors. And like you said, when does the tracing, or when does the notification actually stop?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, hopefully we won't have to endure too long. But the truth of the matter is that could potentially be the case.
Well, what I was gonna say is that the thing. Remember, they're chasing the virus's timeline.
Right.
So even if it gets down to like, okay, we can go back outside, but everybody gotta be masked and gloved up. There's still no virus, so that might be the asterisk where you'd be like, all right, well,
Give me 1 second,
still
guys.
running rampant, huh?
Nah, keep going.
So if it's still running rampant, then they could still, the Apple and Google can still keep their Google facing software, whatever procedure. I'm about to say software, but whatever procedure they're doing, he'll kind of keep it going, but then make it seem like, oh, this is for your benefit.
Right. And that's actually what in the article that you actually sent me, and I know that you're going to be posting it up on the site also.
Now,
You're going to pull it up? Pull it up then. But wait a second. Go ahead, pull it up. But I know in the same article that they did talk about how once Google and iOS, they do what they need to do with it to kind of help benefit the healthcare industry. Because the reason that they want to do this, for anyone that's really uncertain, the reason they want to do this contract tracing is because if you look at some of these movies that have talked about it, quarantine, some of these movies like the virus, pandemic, they always have to find a way to get to the root of where it all started from, where it all originated. That's what contact tracing is. And in order to track it, you need to continue tracking it after it's already developed and it's gone out into the world. But if you can backlog it, you can try to find out how it came about. You can try to hopefully prevent it from, going any further. We know that we're beyond that right now. But while the healthcare workers and everyone is working diligently to just try to slow it down, something has to be in place right now to help prevent, any further exposure, or to try to help slow down the exposure that has already happened and then get ahead of the second wave. So that's what the purpose of this is for them. And the truth of the matter is, you're right. We don't know if there's an end in sight. We don't know if there's an end in sight. And once we see something that's effective, who's to say that, big market medical brother isn't going to say, hey, guys, we like this. Let's keep this and we'll pay you, or, the people don't have to know. That can easily be what it turns into, a different type of a martial law where your rights are still being given away without you even knowing it, just through your next level, your next new age device, your next technological device.
Not even in your next, your current.
Well, right, exactly. The only reason I say next,
let's go live in May.
Oh, right. Well, they're still working on it. They actually have. Hey, Rod, could you bring that back up again? Because I know that they have a frequently asked questions for that site. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can. So there's a section at Google. When you was down there, right there, you see what it says frequently asked questions page. Let's click on that real quick, because I know that's one of those things that people have. They have questions about the exposure notification. You can actually read in on this for anyone that wants to. This is public information. It's obviously got to be public information because this is what they plan on doing to the public.
Yeah. But we all know from hacks and Facebook and all that other stuff, and from terms and conditions, no one reads.
Well, that's a whole nother problem. We need to make sure that we're reading what we're signing ourselves up to.
Yeah, or signing stuff away to, because a lot of times you sign up and agree, you're agreeing to have your
rights to be given away.
All that.
Hold on, slow down real quick.
Oh, you reading that?
I was speed reading, baby. Number 5, it says, will the government have access to the information facilitated by this technology? Of course they will. That's the whole purpose of this. For anyone that's questioning it, of course they will. The government will have access. We just want to make sure that if this is something that we are giving our permissions to, that's all they have access to. And I believe Google and iOS will do the right things and only give that information to them. That and that information alone. We know Apple.
Aw.
Apple, huh?
I said, "Oh, you really think that?"
Well, I'm saying Apple has been a huge advocate for people's personal information staying personal and not making it public. Remember when they had the what was it? It was some criminal case in the courts. There was like ordering
unlock the phone.
Right, to unlock the phone. They're like, no, this is this person's personal information. No, we're not going to unlock it. But
Google, not so much.
Yeah, Google is a little bit of a different beast, and not that they're willing to give away our information. It's just that they've always been about, information is free. Information is available for everyone. And if it's going to help someone, we want to make it accessible. And I think that's why the two of these tech giants have been tasked with this. And it can definitely work in our benefits, the people's benefit. But if we're not careful, and if we're not reading, and if we're not standing up for our rights, we can definitely give away a lot of our permissions.
Now, I'm curious, is this mandatory? Because some people might be like, "Oh no, I don't want you nothing. We can't find out who got.
I don't want my information."
Yeah.
Well, right, and that's the first step. That's the first question that I'm always going to have: is it something that I'm going to be asked to buy into, or I'm going to be asked to give my permission for, or is it something that's just going to happen? I don't want this to just happen. I understand that it's going to help a lot of people, but I don't want other people to, under different devices, give their rights away. I'd be very willing to give just that access. Me personally, I would be very willing to give just that access if it's going to help us slow this down or vanquish it.
But that's the thing. Will something like this really be helpful beyond what we're doing with social distancing, gloves, not gloves. Some gloves was kind of iffy, but definitely masks are definitely a lot more mandatory than going out in public. Even though people just walk around with their nose exposed.
It's funny that you said that. My wife and I were talking about that today. People, they wear the mask here, and their nose is completely exposed.
Yeah, like, oh, it's all good. I'm mouth breather. Like, word. That's
right.
That's how we do it.
I only breathe through my mouth. No, you don't.
So you ain't got to worry about me spreading it. Like, okay.
Yeah. Well, we can bring that away now. The other thing that we have to be very.
Sure?
I'm saying it'll be in the background. We can hold on to it.
I brought it away before. I guess that was my fault for deleting it. Go ahead.
Oh no, it's okay. It's all right. Yeah, listen, I get forgetful. But so the whole other fact of the matter is once this is in place and you've given your permission, or they've implemented it without you giving permission. I hope that you have to give your permission. And now it's done. That first wave is done. And they said that inevitably this is not going to be something long term. They say it's not going to be long term. What are going to be the after effects? What other companies are going to then come up with other things? Geo-tracking companies, they've been trying to infiltrate our tech for a long time. GPS, it's only one aspect of it that we see. Healthcare, fitness tracking, that's one aspect of it that we see. Bluetooth, and those are things that we always. Right. We buy into these things, but with a Bluetooth beacon, it's just a matter of them flipping a switch.
Yeah.
Yep. I was watching the video, and while I was watching the video, I did like the fact that they said that the beacon, because I know we talked about it, the beacon isn't going to give any of your personal information. Supposedly, we're going to say supposedly, it's not going to give any of your personal information. That it's just going to make sure that it's talking. The beacon is talking and saying, okay, you've come in contact with this many people that have said that they've been in contact with COVID-19.
Yeah,
I like that fact. And they said no matter how far you dig, that you should not be, your information should not easily be accessible to say, oh, well, LaVon had it, or LaVon was in contact with Pikachu who has it. You know, it's not supposed to go that far. It's just I got Pikachu right there. That's why I said that. So as long as that's not going to happen, I think it makes it a little bit easier for people to say, okay, you know what? Because we all agree that this is a horrible thing that's going on. And if we can slow it down, get rid of it, man, we'll be on. I know a lot of people will be on board, but we need to know that my rights aren't at risk.
Yeah. Basically, can we get the answer to that before the social distancing?
Before May.
What we're doing now beats that as far as being an improvement, because it looks like the numbers are starting to, like, we've hit the highs and the numbers. Oh, where's my hand at? Okay, hands right here.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's starting to tip down. Numbers are starting to drop a little bit. So
it might happen. It might happen, or maybe there's no need for it. Imagine if we can. Now
we'll
I know.
I'm pretty sure it's still happening. Yeah.
Listen, that was all wishful thinking on my part, because there's always going to be a need for it. Hi, baby. There's no reason why this can't be helpful. They just have to do it correctly. Now, you know what's not helpful?
What's that?
Not saying what you mean in front of 1 billion Americans.
I mean, he's been doing that all his entire run, but this is like the most dangerous.
It's one of the most dangerous, especially at a time like this when people are desperate. And I'm sure everyone, if you have not seen, heard, watched, or even witnessed any of the memes that are out there, the 47th leader of of America has stated that more as a question. It was more of a question. If it's possible, all right, I want to get the wording correctly, because this has been a huge topic for today and yesterday. Is it possible to get a disinfectant that we can inject into people to help deplete the virus? And I'm saying it like that. Man, I wish. Can we pull up that clip? can we pull up the clip?
I have no idea what the clip is.
No,
I'm not saying I'm not looking for it, but I'm just like,
no.
You keep talking, it might be a while.
Oh yeah, no, I'll keep talking. I can send it to you. I don't have it on the computer. I have it on my phone. But
just
the clip that Trump
email it to me.
Stated. Email it to you. All right, the clip that Trump stated. I mean, in this clip, Trump lightly suggested. Lightly suggested that maybe we come up with a injectable disinfectant to help get rid of the virus. Now, anyone that's smart, anyone that is thinking, you know that you cannot ingest, you cannot inject, you cannot consume a disinfectant such as a bleach, such as a Clorox. Anything, a chemical you cannot ingest, you cannot inject it. And I know that as stupid as some of the things that he might say sound, we know that he has to be smart enough to know that that's not the answer. What is an answer is, I'm sending it to you right now, Rod. What is an answer? Huh?
Go ahead.
What is an answer is how the doctors should come up with a way so that we can actually come up with something that's similar to a disinfectant that's healthy for the body. That's not a poison, so that we can get rid of this virus. Yeah. And that's called the vaccine, Mr. Trump. It's called the vaccine. That's what it's called. It's called the antivirus.
You said names, okay.
I'm sorry. Listen, if he would, I feel like sometimes the conversation that he has, he doesn't have it in front of the right people before he goes in front of a microphone and stands in front of the million members of the free world to say the things that he does.
I mean, he does tons of stuff.
It's almost like he needs a publicist. Oh, but see, all right, the things that he does on Twitter, that's still social media. He's still a president, but that's still social media. But when you go into a press conference, a live press conference, and it's breaking news, meaning that all the news networks are stopping, the channels are stopping what they're doing so that they can show this breaking news. You can't say things like that.
I mean,
did you get it, Rod?
Yeah, I gotta forward it. Yeah, but they can't. I mean, it's not like there's a lot to. Of course, they're gonna do that. It's not like there's a lot to report on. Like everybody's kind of struggling for content.
I know, and you know what? And that's what made this. That's what's making this viral right now. And I'm saying viral because there's a lot of people that are in my circle, that are within my life, that we have mixed feelings and mixed emotions about this whole thing. But the end all is, before he says the things that he says, he should really think about how it's going to look for him saying it as the president.
Yeah, he don't care. Can we actually pull that up? I'm not sure if we can. Stop this getting like pulled. I mean, we can physically do it because it's another.
Right. Yeah. You know what? I don't think we should.
That's all thing. Once I thought, I'm like, I don't know. It might be like, yeah, this is a good show. Yeah, they just pulled it.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe people saw the link though. Maybe they saw the link and they can listen. You can watch it yourself. You can watch the video yourself.
I'll drop the link in the chat.
Yeah, there's there's nothing. There's honestly nothing that any of us can say or do to make this all right, except argue it with one another. He said what he said, and whether he meant it or not, he still said exactly what he said. And that's why you're seeing these memes. Man, I hope I'm gonna find some memes though. These memes are hilarious.
Oh yeah, go for it. I found a bunch on Facebook. Not found a bunch, but that's actually where I come across most of them on Facebook. That's all.
Wait, you have some up already or no?
No, well, you could check. A lot of times I just share it. Like I'm not like
right, not huge into the way that this whole thing is going.
Posting it. I'll just something funny. I'll just share it.
Okay, you know what? I really don't want no. I don't want no problems with this man. He blacklists everybody, and I'm black already. So
kick me out.
Listen, I really feel like I feel like he gives the media a lot to talk about, good and bad, and to be the spokesperson for America, you really just need to be careful on the things that you're saying and how it's going to represent you and the people you're supposed to be, speaking on the behalf of. It was too early. Oh, it was a what's the word I'm looking for? It was a I keep coming up with immature in my head, but it was a premature comment on his part, and I'm sure 5 minutes after he said it, he was like, "Oh wait, no, that's not what I meant." But you actually questioned the doctor behind you that was giving you some solid information, and you're still on the microphone. And after you questioned him, you brought it back to us, turned your head, brought it back to us. Like, yeah, so if we can find a disinfectant that we can inject so that we can. No, we don't inject disinfectants, or use a proper medical term. I think everyone can agree that when you hear disinfectant, you think of cleaners, you think of you think of chemicals, Lysol, bleach. If he was to have someone to help him expand the vocabulary that he uses, I think that will make him sound a little bit more educated than how he sounds. I'm not saying the man is not educated. I'm just saying he doesn't sound like he's educated when he says the things he does, which is why it brings people to these two-way conversations. You have Trump supporters.
Genius marketing, really, but
because
you keep it. You keep him in your mouth. Keep his name in your mouth.
You're always talking about him.
So it's like,
and you know what's sad? The reality is that I almost feel like we're living his reality show. We're living his reality TV show.
We are,
and we shouldn't be. We should be able to still watch reality TV outside of looking out the window, looking out our doors, living our lives. It should be something I could turn off if I wanted to.
It should.
And it's not. And I wonder how many I don't know. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But everyone out here that's watching us, that has watched the YouTube video of him saying it, that has watched the press conference that he had, please understand that he is not, and I'm telling you, and he's not in my backyard either, but he is not telling you to ingest, inject, or consume any chemicals at any level at all. You can die. You will die. You can die. You can definitely poison yourself. I'm not gonna say you will die. You'll poison yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I stand by these words.
I mean, I would hope so, but
It's funny because I just saw he actually he actually said that he was being sarcastic when he said that. I'm reading this. He said he was being sarcastic when he said it. All right, man. Trump lies and says that he was being sarcastic when he made the statement.
okay.
When he talked about injecting disinfectant. I can't share it. I can't share this. I'm gonna have to send it to you.
Let's pump our brakes a bit. We're getting a bit political here.
Oh no. I'm definitely not political. Listen, not political, but I'm just saying he said he was being sarcastic and that's just not the way to do it in front of the world.
Say that about his entire presidency so far, as far as like his public things. But I disregard a lot of that stuff.
Right.
I see it. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. Man,
right. I just truly know that we are going through something tough, rough, and very disgusting with this COVID-19. Numbers are looking they're dropping a little bit. Yeah, they're dropping as far as cases, day-to-day cases, right? Yeah. Day-to-day cases.
Yeah,
and we're still getting a lot of people that are overcoming it. But that would never take away from the lives that have been lost from day to day. No, it would never take away from. But I'm glad that there's so many people that are
laughing at that. That's a very serious thing. I'm laughing at the comment.
Wait, which comment? What was the comment?
You can't see the comments here, can you?
Oh no, I do. Yes, thank you very much. All right, so let's reel everything back in.
Yeah,
reel everything back in. All right. Yeah, I know, right? So Apple, iOS, the tracking.
Apple, Google.
Excuse me, Apple, Google. Tell her to go away. Go away. Apple and Google, they with the contact tracing is going to be helpful for some, not as helpful for as many others.
I'm not honestly I'm not super convinced it'll be that helpful, but
no,
that's just me. It might help a little bit, but I don't. As far as like, you got to think the amount of people who have iPhone and Android, like that's a lot more people. I think they have access more people than they'll be helpful to. I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay,
but
that makes sense. They're accessing a lot more people. They're accessing a lot more people. Still my favorite though. You're still my favorite.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm always I'm a skeptic because when it comes to like big companies and stuff, even those as Apple with all that money, I always question the intent. What's the intent? Because perception and intent, two different things. Always, whether you're a regular person, a big celebrity, or a big corporation. So it's like.
Yeah, I guess so. And that's always a tough thing. How many people do you think that Apple and Google can reach in the U.S. alone? A few billion. I think a few billion.
It's a billion.
I think a few billion in the U.S. alone.
You got that many people in the U.S.?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I was like, that sounds.
I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's a lot because if you're talking U.S., there are only two in town.
I know we talked about that last time too. I still feel like you still have a small number of people that are using other platforms, but you're right.
But when you compare it against Android and iOS, Not even
Yeah,
like
who else is there?
they're like breadcrumbs in comparison. Like if they're on the pie chart, you
You
didn't even microscope to see that shit.
know, you know, I'm gonna see if I can find out how many Google users we. Okay,
You can pull that up. That's
259 million.
uh,
259 million. I think that's a rough number, but probably much more accurate than billions, like I said.
yeah, that's what I'm
And
like. I know China ruled in the billions. I don't think we rule. We as in United States, you know, people. I don't think
oh
the number
wow.
is that thick.
So 100 million iPhone users are accounting for 45% of all smartphone users in the USA. And this was stated as of February 27th, 2020. That's not bad. That's not bad. And now so you're right. You know, we're definitely not in the billion market. Not yet. I was wishfully thinking.
Yeah, but
Wishfully
but
thinking.
but I am looking at it at. I can admit I'm looking at it at a bit skewed point of view because we're in New Jersey, so we you know in New Jersey we're in Passaic. Well, I'm in Bergen. You're in Passaic County. Bergen County is hit hard. We're not too far from New York, so we're experiencing a lot of those quarantining and a lot of those, a lot of deaths and different things. Where other parts of the country may not be that bad.
Right.
So that's
Right.
what I'm like, if it's not, and that goes back to what I was saying. So if it's not that bad, and people they don't have like some sort of quarantining, a soft quarantining thing on a statewide level, then their numbers aren't striking. Then it's not much really to worry about. So, but if you are trying to target those in those hotspot areas, everybody should be indoors anyway. So that's what it's like. How are you really going to help?
Right. All right. I just got a number right now, which was updated April 21st, 2020, that actually says that we have estimated of 275.66 million smartphone users, and that's Android and iOS smartphone users. That's actually pretty good. That's way less than billions, though. So I'm happy. I'm happy to report that I'm wrong. unlike unlike the billions I said, it's amazing. So with that being said, I think there's a lot to look at for them.
Yeah.
And now here we go. Now I want to look at this number. I want to look at the COVID-19 numbers.
Okay. Well, yeah,
Just kind of compare.
That'd be a good comparison. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So let's take a look at that. Everyone's numbers are always going to be a little bit different. Obviously, I don't know who's the best search engine best search engine. Who's the best search information? The best to get the information for COVID-19. I'm going to use Google because I feel like they if they're trying to back this whole thing, then they should have some pretty consistent numbers with what everyone else has.
Sure.
All right. Should. Yeah, should. I don't know. I don't know. All right. So, wow. Here we go. All right. This isn't really saying. This isn't saying too much. All right, I got to find a different site. This isn't saying too much. Still using Google though.
Not that. They pay us for.
Yeah. This has been brought to you in part by Android and iOS. All right, so view full map. All right, wow. They're saying in the US, confirmed 923,000, recovered 99,000, and then we still have a large number of those that did not recover. Worldwide, they're estimating 2.79 million. 2.82 million, which was last updated 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, so that's a lot. Globally, there's a lot of people that's being infected. Even though the number of deaths are high,
it's still not
whatever number it is too high for deaths. So
right. I know so it's not half on a worldwide scale, but it's a little more than half on the U.S. scale.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, I'm just glad that we have this time to reflect on just being able to be blessed to be here.
Yeah.
That's what it always turns back to. It's like, just being happy, being blessed, and just thanking your God for every day that you wake up. And anyone that's fighting that COVID fight, continue to fight the good fight. Blessings being sent to you all. We do want to send a shout out to our essential workers, as always. You'll never be forgotten. Never ever be forgotten. Thank you all for all you do.
Most definitely.
Right now I think that we can, we're gonna come back, you guys, next week. We're gonna try to keep hitting up Facebook Live. I think this is actually the platform we're gonna work with a little bit more regularly. We're still gonna be on live at 10 o'clock, guys. That's more of the behind the scenes, some of the downtime. So definitely check us out, IG Live. You can catch us on. Oh, you know what? Should put the IG tag up. But next time we'll have it. You can make sure you can take a look at TGSB.
I'll drop it.
Oh, you're working on it? Are you working? I'm saying
yeah, he's like, we should do that. Yeah, next time. No.
Yeah, we should do that. We should do that.
Say, no.
No. Yeah, make sure you check us out on IG Live. We're gonna be there. Thank you guys as always for joining us. And to our wonderful comments, I greatly appreciate it. I'm sorry. I fly off topic sometimes, guys, but it's okay. Actually, those were the two things that we wanted to talk about. But just not to be political, definitely not to be political. We want to keep a solemn attitude about this whole thing. It's all for fun, ladies and gentlemen, but this is very serious times, and we want to make sure that we can keep you guys informed. Make sure you check out Tech Guy Smart Bar for the latest tech information. Make sure you check us out on the Quarantine Show next week. We're going to be back here at 9 o'clock, Facebook Live. And also, we are on IG at 10 o'clock. Thank you, guys. Much love and respect, and have a blessed day.
Thanks for coming.